Hi, Omega Chaos here again with another online deck profile, and this time I am showing my updated Fluffal deck. So this deck has changed quite a lot since last time I profiled this deck. Of course, the cross-soul support made the deck a lot better. So yeah, let's go over this deck. So first, of course, the monsters a free Fluffal dog, which is basically Stratos of the deck. Searches for any Fluffal, a monster, or for Agent Sabers. Too bad that first the Fluffal monsters didn't support all Agent monsters. So yeah, I guess they didn't know back then that there will be more H-Imps other than H-Imp Sabers. So yeah, this card combos well with also with Fluffal Sheep and all that as well. So definitely one of the key cards. Then one Fluffal Bear, just because a Fluffal monster that can be searched with Fusion Conscription because it's listed in the Fight for Bear card. And yeah, it's a decent card as well. Tribute this card to get polymerization back to your hand. Then free Fluffal Owl, another very essential card for this deck. When you normal or special summon it from the hand, you can search for polymerization from the deck, and you can also fusion summon by paying 500 life points. Using this card, but you can use one of Owl's effects per turn. Then 2 Fluffal Sheep, a really good card. You spell summon it when you control a Fluffal monster, and then you can return a Fluffal monster to your hand, other than itself of course, and then you can also spell summon a chimp monster from the hand or graveyard, so it combos very well with cards like Fluffal Owl and Fluffal Dog. So yeah, but I don't run free because it is can get cloggy at times. Then one Fluffal Cat to recycle polymerization when I use it as fusion material. So that's pretty good, but only one is needed because you don't rely completely on polymerization anymore. And the last Fluffal monsters in the main deck are 2 Fluffal Rabbit, which allows you to recycle your Fluffal monsters when you use it as fusion material or Agent Sabers, so it's pretty good, definitely. But yeah, those are all the Fluffal monsters. I did try out the Fluffal Mouse. It didn't work out that well. It's only really good for Fight for the Tiger and Fight for Wolf plays, but other than that, it's kind of a dead card, unfortunately. And also you already have like so many normal summons in the deck, and you don't really have a good way to special summon it. Then 2 King of the Swamp to search for polymerization or use it as a substitute for any of the Agent monsters. But you can also run Agent Tomahawk instead of this, because of course this card is also pretty expensive if you want to build this deck in real life. Then free Agent Chain, pretty much the best Agent because it's a searcher for all your Fight for cards, and you can also search for another copy of itself when you attack with this card. And then of course Agent Sabers for your Fight for Tiger or Wolf plays, or even someone Fight for Bear if you want. And of course it can spell summon itself by putting a card from your hand to top of the deck. And then one Agent Sword, of course summon out your Fight for Leo. And its effect is pretty decent as well, but only one is really needed. Then the spells, of course the best fusion spell, Fight for Fusion, which is basically exactly like Miracle Fusion. You banish fusion materials from the graveyard. And of course, fusion summon your Fight for Fusion monster, so really good. Then one Fight for a Factory. Some Fluffal players don't run this card, but I think it's really good. You banish one of your polymerization or fusion spell cards, and then you can fusion summon. And it's a continuous spell. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can recycle one of your banished Fight for Fusions to your hand. So it's a pretty decent card, I think, and of course searchable with Ancient Chain as well as Fight for Fusion. Then 2 polymerization, of course, still necessary for the deck, of course. It's searchable with, of course, Fluffal Owl, so it's Then 2 Fusion Conscription. Of course, search out your Agent monsters pretty much. Just because, of course, you need your Agent monsters to be able to fusion summon in this deck. And then 2 Mystical Space Typhoon and 1 Raigeki. Now the traps. 2 Fight Through Customization. Basically Call of the Haunted. You just spell summon one of your Agent or Fluffal monsters from the graveyard. And you can also treat it as a Fight for monster when you use it as fusion material. And it's of course searchable with Agent Chain as well, like Fight for Fusion and Fight for Factory. Then the other traps, pretty much staple traps, very generic. Solar Morning, Compose Evocation Device, 2 Mirror Force, Bottomless Trap Hole, and 2 Phase Chain. Now let's see the extra deck. First, Fight for Mad Chimera, or Fight for Chimera. It requires 3 Fight for monsters, so it's pretty hard to summon. But of course, if you have them in the Fight Force in the graveyard, you can just use Fight for Fusion to go into it. So I think it's pretty good because it's an Armades 2800 attack and has sort of a Coil Guardian effect. But attack gets halved. It gains 300 attack for each monster you control that is owned by your opponent. So yeah, definitely a very powerful card if you are able to summon it. Then 2 Fight for Leo, which is basically Volcasaurus. Of course, it requires 8 Saw and 1 Fluffal monster, so it's a pretty powerful card in this deck. 1 Fight for Bear. It's pretty decent, but it has a lot fusion requirements that are a lot harder to fulfill because it requires 8 Sabers and Fluffal Bear. And its effect is decent, but not really very powerful. But you still use it, of course, for your fusion conscription and all that, and you can sometimes summon it if you want. Then 1 Fight for Wolf for your OTK plays, but you only really need 1. Then of course one of the main cards that is unfortunately not out in TCG, and we have no idea when we will get it. Fight for Tiger, 3 of them, very essential card because it allows you to destroy cards depending on the number of fusion materials you used for this card. So you can destroy massive amount of cards with this card. So yeah, very powerful card. It might come out as a Shonen Jump promo in TCG because there is a poll out. There was at least that you can pick one of you can pick this card as the promo, but unfortunately I hope that doesn't happen because then of course Europe will not have this card legal, which will be very unfortunate. Then of course free Fluffal Sheep, pretty much another really good fusion monster in this deck. It requires Agent Chain and 1 Fluffal monster, and it has basically an Armadas effect like with a Mad Chimera, and as well it can revive itself when it's destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effect. And then it gains 800 attack as well, so they were really good. Then the Exist monsters, yeah, you don't really Exist summon in this deck very often, but you definitely have the option. So Dark Rebellion Exist Dragon and Castle for the rank 4s. number 17 of one dragon, and Ghostly Alucard for rank 3s. So, this was my update Fluffal deck. It's definitely a very interesting deck and can be pretty powerful, but it's of course not competitive enough yet. Hopefully they will get some more support. Probably they will get some more support in the future. And yeah, some of the weaknesses they have is that they have a hard time getting around destruction immunity. If you summon Belsa against this deck can't pretty much do anything against that, which can really suck. But yeah, hopefully they get a fusion monster that can bypass Khaos like that. So I hope you enjoyed this online tech profile. For now, goodbye and Omega Chaos out.